Yeah! The Mojave Road is a 130-mile overlanding trail that starts near the Arizona border at the Colorado River and goes west towards the town of Baker, California. This trail has a lot of history. The Mojave Indians used it to travel to the Pacific coast. Adventuring on this trail takes you back in time, and it's hard not to imagine how life was like back in the 1700s. Now, this video won't be a history lesson on the Mojave Trail. The purpose of this video is to answer one burning question. What kind of vehicle do you need to complete the Mojave Road? Can a moderately modified crossover do it? I also want to give you a guide about how to navigate the Mojave Road. I use the GPS coordinates off of Wikipedia. The coordinates to mile 0 led me to a riverbed with a bunch of transients walking around. So after trying mile 0, I highly recommend you skip that and go straight to Highway 95 and enter from there. I have the coordinates on my website, CROSSOVERLANDING.com. Click on the Trail and Overlanding database, scroll down to Southern California, and then click on Learn More under the Mojave Road. Here you'll see that I rate the Mojave Road as difficult for a crossover. You should have 10 inches or more of ground clearance, and trail experience is recommended. This should not be your first trail. You'll also find coordinates and waypoints. On this 3-day adventure, I'm joined by my friend Mohammed. He's taking his 2005 Subaru Baja XT. This vehicle is stock height with 3/4 inch taller all-terrain tires and full skid plates. He has just over 9 inches of ground clearance. Because this trail is over 100 miles, it's a good idea to air down. This increases your tire footprint, but also makes the ride more comfortable. And we're at 24, so I'm just gonna release 2 PSI, which doesn't take very long to do. And there it is. For 19 bucks, I really like these things. All right, so we're gonna reset the trip computer to 0 miles, and you know what? Throughout this entire trip until we get to the end, I'm actually gonna monitor my MPGs. Let's see how many MPGs I get off-roading for 130 something miles. Okay, you're good. Look up. But dudes, I'm confused. Do we go left or do we continue on?
Let me just check the map real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna drive up here. I see some other signs. This sign just says entering Mojave National Preserve. My GPS is telling me to go this way, but let me review the maps just to make sure. One of the biggest challenges doing the Mojave Road for the first time is going to be navigating. Using Google Maps on your smartphone, you could actually download the area, so even if you don't have reception, you could still navigate. I also want to point out that I tried using Guide GPS, unsuccessfully though. Prior to this trip, I spent about half a year researching this trail, finding out if a crossover could do it. So by the time I finally set out on the Mojave Road, I had forgotten about all the excursions that take you off the main trail. Here, we're heading over to Fort Paiute, and it's a 2-hour excursion. I think the spirits of the Mojave Indians knocked over my camera here. Kinda creepy, huh? In case you're not familiar with my vehicle, I have a 2019 Honda Passport with a 2-inch lift and 2-inch taller tires. That means I have 3 inches more ground clearance than a stock Passport. My friend Moods has 9 inches of ground clearance, but there's still plenty to spare here. That's weird. Doesn't look locked. Maybe we just open it and close it, huh? The heck? It's closed? So that gate's closed, but there's a spot right here, and I guess we drive through. Is this like the gatekeeper? You see that? How it makes us continue on, and there's like a little angle to it?
Yeah.
So it looks like Google Maps is telling me to take the bypass. I guess we're supposed to go that way.
Oh, okay, so we'll go through here.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
As I said before, navigation is going to be one of the biggest challenges in completing the Mojave Road. We're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here, Moods. Yeah. Huh. Did you see a fork in the road? What? Was there another place that we could have gone? So we're really sorry about this. We should have taken that closed gate as a sign, but Google Maps told us to take the bypass, and that was wrong of us. So I was at fault for making the navigational error. When I navigated to Fort Paiute, I tried to continue on the trail rather than backtrack. We started the trail around 12:30, but now it's 4 o'clock. It won't be much longer until the sun goes down. The Mojave Road, we're back on track. Now that this is the actual trail, here is how the trail kind of looks. It's a little rocky, but nothing too crazy. I would rate this as a moderate trail. A little chunky now. So this is the Lanford Valley, and it's one of the rougher sections in the Mojave Road. The YouTube videos that I've researched prior to my trip never really went over trail difficulty, so in this video I want to make sure that I cover that. At this point, I would consider the trail between moderate to hard, so I'm just going to round up to hard. Engaging mud load. Okay, on your passenger side, yeah, there's a big old rock. You're bumping it. Okay, good. All right. So you're actually on your passenger side rear control arm. Back it up. Yeah, you're scraping your front bumper. Yeah, you're clear now. Okay. All right. Okay. Forward, straighten out, straighten out. Okay. Straight. Very good.
All right. Go on. Driver. Passenger, passenger, passenger. All right. And then driver. All right. You're coming up on a hump right here. All right. Keep going, driver, driver, driver. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now. Keep straight and just straight. There's a bump. There you go. All right, keep going, keep going.
All right, I think it's a good time to interrupt the regularly scheduled program to debunk some myths. Myth number 1, a stock 4x4 will get up this so much easier. So this is kind of a half-truth. A 4x4 typically has a solid rear axle, and that lets it articulate its wheels much more than a rear independent suspension vehicle like my Passport. However, my Honda Passport has 3 inches increased ground clearance. So it typically has 8.1, and now it gets upgraded to about 11. So now here's my friend's 2016 Lexus Gx460. This is basically a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, and it has 8.5 inches of ground clearance. So he stopped because he's scraping the bottom of his car. And now I also need to point out that this road is not as rough as this road. Another myth is that a crossover will fall apart on a trail faster than a 4x4. Spoiler alert, our vehicles got through the trail without breaking anything. YouTube channel Trail Recon did the Mojave Road twice, and both times vehicles broke down. So I actually do believe that a vehicle specifically built for rough terrain will last longer than a vehicle that's not. With greater capability, there comes more responsibility. If a vehicle isn't as capable, then it can't get into as much trouble. I also believe that when you modify a vehicle, your reliability could go down the toilet.
Oh man, nicely done.
Thanks a lot. I don't know what that was.
You flung rocks everywhere. You see it? That's so awesome. I can't wait to see the video on that. Oh my goodness, it's hard to see.
So after getting through that rocky climb at the Lanford Valley, we are making our way over to the Penny Tree. The road up here gets a little washed out and rutted, so that's something to keep in mind.
And I think at the next waypoint, that's where we should set up camp. Let me back up.
So you can see here that this one particular rut is proving to be a little challenging.
Alright, no worries. Let's go use some traction boards, huh? Oh, I'm missing the action. Stay right there, Moons. I love it when a plan works out.
That's all right. Driver, driver, driver. There you go. All right, all right. Driver. Straighten up. Okay, driver, driver. Yep, yep. Driver, driver. A little bit driver. Okay, straighten up, straighten up. Yep, yep. You keep going, keep going. You got it, man. Right on. Animal!
All right, sun's about to set.
Now that the sun is set behind the mountains, it's time to set up camp and call it a night. With that said, that's going to do it for this episode. Stay tuned for part 2 of 2 of the Mojave Road. We've only covered 9 miles at this point, so in the next installment find out if I could cover 120 miles in 1.5 days. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have fun on your adventures.